Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown, not in my cider shed, but in a motel in Wales with another cider to try. Why are you in Wales? Why are you in a motel, Chris? Both excellent questions. Well, I'm in Wales because I'm just over the border from Herefordshire. And I've been in Herefordshire today visiting some cider makers. So I went to Artistraw first, met Lydia, very nice that was. Then I went to Watkins, met Arthur, very nice that was. Then I went to Butford Organics, saw Martin, very nice that was. Then I went to Ross on Wye, saw Albert and Mike, very nice that was. And then I visited Tybrin in Wales. But I'm in the motel room, I'm knackered, been up since 5 a.m, been driving all day, I'm going to have something to drink. I'm going to start with the first cider maker that I mentioned. It's Lydia and Tom at Artistraw. And it is this. Now this is not something I'm going to sell because they had a few bottles left and it was on the shelf in the shop. So I thought I'll have some of that. And it was interesting actually talking to Lydia. Because about Lydia and Thomas, they're two individuals. And they bicker, as she said, about the styles of the cider, which way to go with each one, which is really interesting. Because actually Lydia comes from an arts background and Tom is from a science background. Both brilliant things when it comes to making cider, but very different backgrounds as well. So you can see where the conflict arises. But you need craft, you need artisan skills and so forth, creativity to make great food, great cider, great whatever. But science is also very, very, very useful as well if you want to do it again and again consistently and get the results that you want. So it's very interesting that you have two people making one cider, because often it's just one cider maker. So what they say goes, but with them, it's almost done by a committee of two, but by committee. Anyway, what's interesting about this is Lydia likes this one very much. This one's called Subterranean Homesick Shrews, 2019 Part 2. She likes this very much. Tom does not like this very much. It's Dabinet, I believe. He doesn't like the tannin, doesn't like the bitterness. But yeah, let's see what it says on the label. Oh, pressed fruit, get juice, plant trees, more bees, learn to graft, raise a glass, wild yeast, yes please, don't spray, hand pick, natural juice, keep it real, look out kid, the future is yours, we better protect the orchards and the world is getting warmer. So that's Subterranean. I didn't realise when I started reading it, that's a play on Subterranean Homesick Blues by Bob Dylan. What does it say about the actual product? Anything in there? Pressed December 2019. Ingredients: apples, Dabinet, Chisel Jersey, Ellis, Bitter, Yarnton Mill, and Bramley. Quite an interesting mix. Got Bramley in there, got a cooker in there as well, which is cool. But apparently something about the Dabinet doesn't really appeal to Tom. So I'm not sure what the percentage is. Anyway, I assume there's quite a lot of Dabinet in there though, if it's making its presence known that much. So I think these are naturally gently sparkling. I think it's racked off, so I think it's going to have some residual sugar, natural sugar racking off. It's like an alternative to keeving. It means you just retain some sugars. So my drinking vessel today is not my cider salon glass. It is, I'm ashamed to say, sorry Lydia and Tom, this white plastic cup, because it's all they had in this room. So this is what we're going to use. Shall we open it? Yeah, okay. Got me keys. Got me bottle opener from Jasper Hill Farms in Greensboro, Vermont. Yeah. So we'll just have to check the colour as we pour it, won't we? So, I expect it's going to have some colour. Is it still sparkling? Ooh, I think it's still. I thought it was sparkling, but I think it might be still. That is not a problem. I just got surprised. Naturally gently sparkling, so maybe it's just bottled pet nat, just to get a little bit, there is a little bit of a prickle I can hear. Okay, so colour. I mean, what can I say about the colour? It looks to me like it's got a nice amber looking down into the cup, which I'm not sure I can tip it up so you can see. So I won't spill it. I'm going to spill it. Hang on. There you go. That's what it looks like in the cup. Let's try and get some aromatics out of this cup. Okay, so not the best cup for smelling, but I am getting some rich, sweet, aged, sweated apple, and also something that makes me think of like baked apple. You know, sugar. What I always say, you know, butter, sugar, apple in a pan. Smells rich, appley and dessert-like on the nose, but this is not a brilliant glass, I'm going to say. And also, I am knackered, so my senses may not be up to scratch. But it is what it is. Let's try it. Ball tannin, really is. There's the merest prickle. I mean the merest prickle, which is nice. But it's just to say there. There was quite bold tannin on this. Certainly stringency on the front there. Chewiness. Maybe I think maybe merest hint of hard tannin on the back. This tastes earthy. Tastes like aged sweated apple. Tastes like apple skins as well to me. Tastes a bit like apple pie filling as well. With dim rare sugar. Yeah, I think that's tasty. I really do. But the tannins are bold. The astringency is bold. That squeaky teeth thing is very obvious. But I'll tell you what, I think it's tasty. I'd like to have that with some food. I want to have that with a big chunk of traditional cheddar. That's what I want to have that with. Next time I go and see them, I'm going to take them a big chunk of traditional cheddar. I should have thought of that and I didn't. I apologise, Lydia and Tom. I should have thought of that. I didn't. Next time, you're going to get a big chunk of pitchfork cheddar, because I think something like this would go marvellously with it. I think most of what you sell or make will go marvellously with a big chunk of nice unpasteurised cloth-bound cheddar as well. This is tasty. It's delicious. I can see why it might not appeal to everybody. I think when I first started drinking cider, this would not have appealed to me. But as Albert told me today, they wanted to turn me into somebody who liked dry cider, and they managed it. So today he gave me some stuff to take away and try. They hadn't given me before previously because they didn't want me to have it until they knew that I liked dry cider. So now that I do, he's like, right, now you're allowed to try this. So I'm in the club, as it were. But yeah, it's not absolutely bone dry. Is it? There might be the tiniest bit of residual sugar, but it might just be that so much fruit in this is giving the impression of being of having some sweetness to it. So yeah, can't quite tell. I mean, if it's not dry, it's just off dry basically. But it's rich, it's delicious. I like it. I think it's good. I'm with Lydia on this one, but like I say, I can see why some people wouldn't like it, because I know there was a time when I wouldn't have liked this. For me, it's reminded me a bit of the sort of the Dabonet that we've had recently from Butford Organic, the 2020, which is fantastic. This hasn't got quite as much acidity, but maybe Dabonet, that's a Dabonet. This has got a high proportion of Dabonet. Maybe that's the connection. Maybe it's just I do like Dabonet, and Lydia does like Dabonet, and Tom just doesn't like Dabonet. But yeah, me likey. So you're probably not going to be able to get hold of this. But you know what? It's nice to try great cider from great producers, and also to say, because this is an excellent cider in a beautiful bottle. If you do see anything from these guys, I recommend you try it, get hold of it, grab it while you can. They're very, very small. Whatever they make is not around for very long at all. So if you do want to try it, get it at every opportunity you have. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me in a motel in Wales. I'm going to have a bath now. I think after I've had that bath, I'm going to open another bottle of cider and make another film. But let's see. Thank you for joining me. Do join me again. Until that time. Cheers.